Hello and welcome to Kitchen Inspirations. My name is Carmelo and I want to thank you for joining us today on this lovely day we call Halloween. So we are down here in Torrance, California, where it is a nice lovely day. I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you also have some plans for some candies and some frights. Well, with that said, this live stream is going to be a little bit different because it is Halloween and we are feeling a little bit giving. So here is what we're going to do. First, you're going to learn that it is a bit educational and you're going to find out a little bit later on. But two, we are giving away one lucky winner who answers first. And actually, we're multi-streaming onto Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So one lucky winner on each platform will get the chance to get this prize. Alrighty, so here are the rules. 1, you have to tell us what is your favorite Zojrushi appliance. Number 2, you have to tell us how you use that appliance. So if you don't have any of these appliances, which one are you trying to buy and what do you want to make with it? Alrighty. And number 3, because it is Halloween, what am I for Halloween? So please guess what I am for Halloween. As you can see, I have my ears right here. I got my hat with a little blue lining right here. I got my yellow shirt, my blue tie, and it might be a little hard, but let me just jump over here. Oh, is it over here? Alrighty, so I got my shorts. You can't really tell, so hold on. Can you see right there? I got my shorts, yeah? Alrighty, and last but not least, I got my tail right here. Alright, well with that said, what am I for Halloween? One lucky winner on each platform will win a prize. Alrighty, so with that said, please look at the screen and let me know what that is. Alrighty, so do you know what that is? Of course you do, because we see them everywhere. It is a food label or the nutritional values you see on packaged foods. However, do you know how to read them? And there was actually a survey from the American Heart Association that said 59% of people do read these labels, which is a good thing, right? However, that also means that an astonishing 41% of people don't. And that is very big because it is almost half of people that don't read these labels. So let's look at that nutritional value again. Could you tell me how much salt content is in this nutritional value? Alrighty? And you might be thinking, why am I asking you this? It's kind of random, right? Well, yes and no. But you will find out that with these next appliances, you have the ability to, of course, personalize your dishes, your whatever it is you're making to your specific dietary needs. Alrighty. Well, with that said, I'm sure you know that we make rice makers and we might do mugs, right? However, do you know that we also make bread makers? So we actually have 4 models in our shop. 2 of them make a 1-pound loaf of bread, alrighty? However, 2 of them also make a 2-pound loaf of bread. So the one you see over here in the background, this is our BBCEC model. This makes a 2-pound loaf of bread. However, today I want to focus on this one right here. This is our flagship. It is the BBPDC 20 model. So with that said, as you can see right here, it is a nice kind of a slick black right here for the top, and then a nice shiny silver here in the bottom, all right? And then of course right here, it is the control panel, which I'll show you later on. With that said, you lift up the lid right here, and you will notice that there is this kind of silver thing right here. There is the window, so when you are baking, you can kind of see how your bread is turning out, right? And then in addition, there is a heater right here. So there's a heater on top, and then there is a heater on the bottom. 2 heating elements to make, of course, your most delicious breads. All right, so in order to pop out the baking pan, what you do is you kind of pull towards you, and then you pull up. So this is, of course, your 2-pound baking pan right here. So let me go to the close-up model just really quickly so you could kind of see. Close-up camera right here. This is a 2-pound baking pan. As you can see, it kind of is in the shape of a regular grocery store bread right here. And these little things right here are removable. This is the kneading blades that are gonna knead your dough, right? So you could just take them out, and inside there is non-stick coating right there. So of course it's easy to wash, to rinse, and of course for your bread. So it's pretty much ease of use right there. All right, so with that said, do you know going back to the nutritional values, please look at it. How much salt content is in this specific one? And you may or may not know, right? Let's go back. So there, about 60% of people read it, 40% don't. So if you don't know, salt is actually made of sodium chloride. So when you're looking for salt content, you are looking for sodium intake, okay? And you could tell right there the sodium. So why do I ask this? Well, because these bread makers, they can make your personalized breads. So kind of going quickly to the different courses, let me just kind of really quickly tell you all the different kinds of breads you can make. So this is the recipe book that comes with our bread maker. It has all sorts of breads that you can make, but let me just quickly read a few, right? So let's go to the close-up really quickly so we can kind of browse together. So right here, we have your white bread, you have your raisin bread, you have your whole wheat bread, you have your European bread right here. Actually, let me go a little closer. You have your multigrain, and let me just fast forward this because I'm gonna go into details with these. And you have your, of course, your dough section. You can make dough using our bread maker to make wonderful products right here. For example, you can make your butter roll, you can make your donuts, you could make your bread sticks, you can make your bagels. Again, you can make a lot of things with this. You got your pizza dough to make, of course, delicious pizza. And I mean, the list goes on and on. But with that said, so if your dietary need is to not intake a lot of salt, what can you do about it? Well, you could do two things off the top of my head. One is to, of course, consume less packaged foods. When you buy packaged foods from the groceries, you cannot really control what's inside, as well as, of course, making more home-cooked foods. And when it comes to bread, how do you make more bread? I mean, you really have to be a master baker to kind of do this personally, right? Well, with this bread maker, you can do that all with a touch of a button. So let me quickly show you how it's done. Let's go back to the close-up over here. And you will see this is our bread maker. This is the control panel that you will be using. So really quickly, let me just kind of read the recipe off from the book. So all you will need is water. So let's pretend we are making a salt-free bread. You put, of course, your water in here, which is about 320 milligrams. Next, you want to put about 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. So let's pretend we're doing it right there. Next, 4 cups of bread flour. And let me just pretend. So actually, our bread maker does come with these measurement cups. There is 4 types. There's the 1 cup, 3/4, half, and then 1/4 cup. So let's pretend we make 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once that is set, you can go ahead and put about 3 tablespoons of sugar. And lucky for you, we also have a measurement spoon. This side is a tablespoon, this side is a teaspoon. So let's put 3 tablespoons of sugar. There you go. Next, you put dry milk. Again, 3 tablespoons of dry milk. 1, 2, 3. Followed by unsalted butter. All right, so 2 tablespoons, about 1, 2. And last but not least, rapid rise yeast. You use 1 teaspoon, put it in there. That is it. You put it in that order. Next, what you want to do is you want to close the lid and then go to the course. So there are 15 courses with our bread maker. This is course number 6. As you can see, it's already set on there. Right here, you can see it. Let's see if we could fix that. There you go, course number 6. And next, you want to press start. Once it's in start, it's ready to go. However, we're not making bread right now, so let's cancel that. So just like that, you can make salt-free bread in a matter of 3 hours and 35 minutes. Very easy. So once again, you can make the salt-free bread for your loved ones, for yourself, for whoever it is in your household that you just, of course, want to limit these salt contents. Similarly, we have another, of course, thing that you might want to limit, that might include in your dietary needs, and that is, of course, sugar. Sugar is in everything. Literally, you could buy it in the store, and whatever processed foods you have, it'll probably be on there. Of course, I'm talking about your sugary cookies, your bagels, your Halloween candy, of course, and it's also found naturally in fruits, grains, vegetables, and of course dairy. But what you might not expect is that there is also sugar in a lot of packaged foods that you might not expect. So I'm talking about your soups, I'm talking about ketchup, I'm talking about pasta, I'm talking about, of course, your bread that you buy from the grocery store. And why is there sugar, you might be asking? Well, sugar is actually, it functions as an additive to prolong shelf life, which is why a lot of companies like using it onto their products. In addition, it makes everything taste good. So why wouldn't you put it, right? But with that said, if you are trying to limit sugar for whatever reason you may have, you can of course do it with our bread maker. Again, you could 1, stop eating a lot of whole packaged foods, and 2, start making home cooked meals. Again, similarly, you can make sugar-free bread using our bread maker. This time, instead of course number 6, you would do course number 6. Similarly, you just put all the ingredients in here in the order listed right here. So let me just quickly read the ingredients so you kind of have a general idea of what to do. So you would have water, bread flour, dry milk, salt, unsalted butter, and last but not least, rapid rise yeast. Once that is in there, close it, and boom, you have your sugar-free bread for you, yourself, for the rest of the week, for your family, for your kids who you are trying to, of course, limit their sugar intake. With that said, this bread maker can make so much more than that. And I will get into details once I see if there is a winner of our lucky Halloween sweepstakes. All right, so Little Devil from YouTube, thank you very much. If you didn't know, you could win a prize today. So all you have to do is, of course, let me know what I am for Halloween. Specifically, what am I for Halloween? You can't really tell, but I have a tail, an elephant tail here in the back, right? So 1, tell me what I am for Halloween. 2, you have to tell me what is your favorite Zojrushi appliance. And 3, how do you use that appliance? Alrighty? So, okay, thank you very much. With that said, moving on to 2 other courses you can make with our bread maker is, of course, the gluten-free course, which, of course, if you are allergic to gluten, it is in everywhere. So it is found in grains such as rye, barley, and wheat. And of course, that is processed into other foods. Well, I'm talking about your pasta, your cookies, and last but not least, your bread. Similarly to salt and sugar, if you're trying to limit that, you have a course specifically for that. And if you are a vegan, your diet is natural. Your diet is naturally just very, very limited. So again, you could of course put whatever it is right here, put it out here, and we have a vegan course just for you. So with that said, those are 4 courses that you might not have known that we have in our bread makers that might fit your specific dietary needs. And last but not least, this one right here is my favorite because it puts you exactly in the front seat, in the front of the driver's seat, right? You are controlling what you are putting, and then you can choose and you can become your own master chef. Of course, I am talking about our homemade course. So let me kind of just put this on the screen so you could kind of understand what I'm talking about. So in the homemade course, or in any course, there is a 6-step process for making and baking your bread. 1, it is the rest stage. In this stage, you kind of allow the ingredients to kind of stabilize in terms of temperature. Once that is set, you can go ahead and go to step number 2, which is the kneading process. I showed you the kneading blades, right? Well, in this step, they're just kind of turning around and just kneading your dough to the perfect consistency. And they're doing this for a long periods of time, so you know in the end, you have the most perfect dough. Number 3, this is your shaping stage. So in this stage, you may choose to remove the dough from the baking pan, put it on somewhere, let's say like your plate or a table, of course, and you can just start shaping it into specific, for example, balls, or if you want to make like a breadstick, you can shape it into the breadstick, or of course, if you want to shape it into that pizza crust, you can do that in this stage. Of course, if you are doing pizza, for example, you won't be able to put it back in here. You'll then put it into your oven where it will finish the baking process. However, let's say you don't want to shape it, just leave it in there and just let it kind of shape by itself. It'll then form this, let me show you really quickly again. It'll form this shape, you know, your usual grocery store piece of loaf of bread. Once that is set, it'll go into the rise stage. This is a very important stage because this is where the yeast takes its full effect and it starts to expand the bread into what you will, of course, eat in the end. It could go from this size to, in the end, this size. This is a very important stage. This actually comes in 3 steps: rise number 1, rise number 2, rise number 3. Next, it is, of course, the baking stage. This is step number 5. So here you would bake the bread, and in the end, a lot of times this is all you need. As soon as step number 5 is, you could, of course, take out your bread, pull it out, and just let it to relax. However, some people, you might want the option to just keep it in there for about an hour and just let it stay warm for about an hour. Of course, we don't recommend more than 1 hour because the bread does need to expand to its natural stage, and keeping it in here for more than that will limit the size. So with that said, 6-step process. With this stage, you could just do everything and anything. If you want to knead it for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, it's all you. You control everything, okay? So that is our homemade course. You can make anything. And let me just show you some of the most delicious breads that our chef just made for us. So this right here, can you guess what it is? Looks very nice, right? So let's go to the close-up really quickly. And let me show you. Doesn't that look good? This is our Halloween special zucchini bread. So you could, of course, decorate it however you want. Inside, there is actual zucchini. And if you've never had zucchini bread, I think it's time for a new experience because this is really, really, really scrumptious. It's so good. Of course, you could have the frosting as your spider webs, and you could go ahead and put some Japanese candy on top to, of course, take this later on to whatever situation it is. If it is a Halloween party, you could go ahead and take this to your Halloween party. All your friends will be amazed of how amazing it looks, really. You can make anything with this. In addition, we also have 2 recipes in our website that you can check out. So this is one of them, as you can see, the zucchini bread. The second one is this one right here. I actually made this one yesterday with my kids and they had a lot of fun. So let me actually go to the close-up. Similarly, you can see right here that it is not in the shape of a loaf of bread. So how do we do this, right? So this is very specific. So what do you want to do right here is that once it is, let me quickly go over here. Once you are in the kneading process, it will of course knead it into dough. This is what I'm talking about. This is the 3rd step where you kind of just take it out, right? You take it out and you start kind of shaping it into what you see right here, these little balls, right? And then you can of course put it in your baking pan, put the baking pan into the oven, and there you go. You have these delicious little Halloween treats. And of course, once it's done, you can go ahead and put your frosting, which I'm going to show you because I have another one over here just specifically for you. So I am not the best drawer. You know, our chef is really, really professional at this, but let's try and make this. What should I make? Let's see. I'm feeling like making a spider. I don't know. Do you think I can make a spider? So let's see. I don't think I can make a spider. I'm gonna look at this one specifically. Let's do it in the white one right here. All right. So of course, you know, you could do this with your family, with your friends. Oh my gosh, what did I do right there? You could do this at home. You could take it to your work for Halloween. You could take it to your school. Literally, you could just have fun making these baked goods. Look at that. It's not looking half bad, if I gotta say. It kind of looks like a cricket or something, but it's not looking half bad. So, there you know what? I'm just gonna stop right there. Stop while it's okay. Yeah, what do you think? Spider? It kind of looks like. One more? One more? Okay. I think we'll stop right there. So once again, you can have a lot of fun with this, especially with your friends, your loved ones. It's just about sharing the love, you know, sharing the fun. So, oh, Sandy C, thank you very much for commenting. Yes, it is cute. All right, let's see. Sandy C, getting my first Z Plus tomorrow, getting excited to use it. Oh, very, very nice. All right. So once again, really quickly, just for those of you who just started watching, first of all, thank you. Today is Halloween, so we are feeling very, very giving. We are giving away, you know what? I'm just gonna show you really quickly. We're giving away something very special for you. First, you gotta guess what I am. So what do you think I am? I wonder, right? So this is what you do. One, you gotta tell me what am I for Halloween. Two, you gotta say what Zojrushi appliance you like using, and if you don't have one, which one do you want to buy? And last but not least, how do you plan on using it, right? So if you don't have one, how do you plan on using it? If you have one, how do you use it every day? So once you say those three, that is it. You can of course use it. And I forgot to mention this actually, but you could check our rules from Zojrushi.com/sweepstakes rules. Right there, you're gonna have all the info. And if you do the first lucky winner to say it exactly what it is, you are the winner. So unfortunately, there is one winner for each platform. We are multi-streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So if you know what it is, do let us know in the comments below. If you are the winner, we will let you know before this live finishes. Unfortunately, this is only for this live. So definitely start guessing. Okay. So with that said, we are done with our bread makers, and we just saw how delicious our breads look over here. Next, what is a drink that just goes so well with bread? I'm sure you're thinking milk, right? Milk is of course good, but I am also thinking something you can add milk onto something, and that is of course coffee. So you might not have known, but we also make coffee makers. So let me just quickly move this over here. All right. So, okay. So we also have coffee makers. We actually have 3 coffee makers and 1 French press. All of them make amazing coffee. And so I'm gonna focus on 2 today. This one right here is the one that I personally love. I don't drink that much coffee, so this one for me just works wonders. So right here, you can tell that it is a little compact, right? If you compare it to this one over here, it looks small. It is our EC-DAC50 model. You can buy any of our appliances, by the way, at shop.zojrushi.com. So let me show you really quickly how to use it. Everything this assembles for ease of use. You could take the top out. Here, you would find the water tank, which actually fills up to 5 cups of iced coffee and 5 cups of hot coffee. It comes with a little measurement spoon right here, which you can use, of course, for your coffee. And of course, you could put in the water right here. And then this right here, this is where the magic happens, right? You look at it as a nice glass carafe. However, do you notice anything kind of special, kind of different compared to other coffee makers? Here, let me go to the zoom up right here. Do you notice anything kind of different? Huh. And I'm sure you are looking at it, right? There is this cone-shaped thing. This is actually where you would put the coffee. This is the coffee filter where you put the coffee, and then that's all you have to do. Once you put the coffee right here, you would then close the lid, put it in here, and when the water is inside here, it'll just pour the water down there. That is all you gotta do. It's so simple, it's so easy, and it is just perfect for those of people that just don't drink that much coffee, or if you have a small kitchen, then this will fit in pretty much any kitchen. And last but not least, to kind of finish this off, there is a charcoal filter right here. So when the water goes down there, the charcoal filter will purify it, they would filter it, so you know that in the end you are drinking very, very clean water. It of course enhances the flavor and just makes your coffee that much better. So let me just put this over here. Put this back. So very easy, again, the EC-DAC model. All right, and last but not least, over here, the EC-YTC model. This one I personally love using as well. This is, I would say though, for a bigger, if you drink a lot more coffee, this is the way to go. It has a capacity for 10 cups of hot coffee and 5 cups of iced coffee. Again, everything this assembles for ease of use. So here is where you put your water. Of course, we recommend putting filtered water in here. You have your measurement spoon, Again, you have two sizes right here. And so that is where you want to put the water. Oops, sorry about that. Right here. Then, of course, here is the basket where you kind of just open up and you have your coffee filter. You can put it in here and you would just put the coffee in here, close it, and that's all you got to do. And last but not least, this is where the magic is. This is our thermal coffee maker. And what I mean by that, I mean that it is vacuum insulated. If you are familiar with our mugs, you know that a lot of our products are vacuum insulated, which means that it can retain heat inside for long periods of time. That means that if you make a coffee at 9 in the morning, you know, let's say you want to drink it again at 12 or 1 p.m., when you get it, you don't even have to reheat it because it'll retain the heat for long periods of time. You know, if you compare that with other coffee makers, sometimes, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours past, it will become completely at room temperature, and you would have to reheat it either in the stovetop or in the microwave or whatever it is, and it might kind of taste burnt. Well, not with this. This, you know for a fact that it'll taste delicious the second time, just the same as the first time. So again, here you go. And two features that I personally love about this is that there is a 24-hour timer right here. So you could kind of set it up for, you know, the next day. Let's say you are a morning person, you wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. You could just, of course, put your coffee in here, right? Get it ready the night before. At night, let's say at 9 p.m., and just put your timer so you could have your coffee ready just when you wake up at 5. So all you got to do is literally get out of bed, go to the morning, and you will have the nice smell right in your kitchen, ready to start your day. And of course, the last feature that I personally love is the timer saver mode, which just takes minutes out of this mode. So if you use the whole 10 cups, I believe it takes up to about 4 or 5 minutes. Of course, our lovely staff, if you can correct me on that, I would appreciate it. But really, it just takes a long time. And we know that in the morning, for rush hour, every 1 minute counts to getting to work on time, right? So if you ever find yourself, you know, in a pickle, you're like, oh my gosh, I need my coffee, but I need to go to work, use the timer saver mode. It'll really save your life. Okay, so that is our coffee makers in short. If you have any questions, do let me know. I will be checking for a little bit. Let's see if there are any winners for this Halloween day. Okay. Yes, so it takes about 8 minutes to brew a full pot. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay. Thank you everyone. How's your Halloween going? Do you have any plans tonight? Right? Are you gonna do some trick-or-treating with your family? Are you gonna be eating a lot of foods? Are you gonna be eating some delicious treats we got over here? Of course, just FYI, if you have any of our bread makers, you still have a chance to make this by this evening Halloween. So just letting you know, you could go to our shop, go to Zojrushi.com. Under the recipes, just go to Breadmakers and you can find the recipe for that. It's very easy. I actually made it yesterday and it literally took me 2 to 4 hours and I had a lot of fun doing it with my kids. So you can too. All right, and so these go really well together, but last but not least, I want to show you one last product that I just cannot live without, especially now that I have my bread maker at home. And my kids just love this one as well. So this right here is the ET-ZLC30. This is, of course, our, let's see, does that fit right there? Yes. This is our oven toaster. And why do I love this? Well, I love it simply because if you have a bread maker, this just completes the bread. Literally, these two go so well together. They're like peanut butter and jelly, right? So with that said, how do you use this? Well, there is actually 12 courses you can use right here. And you can, of course, bake your bread. So what I'm talking about is, of course, in the dough setting over here, in the dough course, let's say for this, you make your dough, right? And once you make your dough, you put it in the baking pan. You could then, of course, put it on here and it'll fit perfectly. And in just a matter of minutes, you can, of course, have your baked bread. So with that said, this right here, as you can see, it is a nice flashy black. It's very modern, I would say. There you go. You could even see me from the background, right? So there you go. It is just very, very nice. And again, there's just a lot of things you can see. It is very nice. There is a turntable right here. This turn dial, this will allow you to choose your settings. You could choose your bake setting, you can choose your broil setting. It does a lot of things actually. So, and one other feature that I love about it is that there is a toaster setting, of course. So my kids, they love when I make bread. Just freshly baked, they love it. But I want to say they probably even liked toasted bread even more than fresh baked. And how do they like it? Well, of course, I use this model. This works wonders. So again, it just completes it. So with that said, I think that's how I'm going to end it really quickly. Let's see if there are any winners for today's live stream. Yes, thank you very much. Wow, that's cute. Yes, it is cute. And we have a lot of bread right here. Alrighty. So yes, as our lovely staff said, there's 12 settings. We could, of course, do toast, bagels, pizzas, cookies. We could roast, we could broil, we could do homemade. We could do a lot of things with this bad boy. But just really quickly to go with our baking, our bread makers, the bake setting and the toast setting will just complete our bread makers. Alrighty, so it does seem like we don't have any successful people for this live stream. Oh no. So with that said, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I am for Halloween, because I really love this character and I hope that you see this character a lot in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Today for Halloween, I am of course our mascot. There you go. So this is our mascot. Let me go to the zoom up really quickly. What do you think? Huh? I got the hat going on. I got the tie right here. I got the shorts. I got the yellow shirt. And yeah, so that is who I am. We call this character Zo-san, which is Z-O-S-A-N. So this is actually a Japanese character from our company that is headquarters in Japan. Zo means elephant and san means Mr. So essentially his name is just Mr. Elephant. So that is who I am today for Halloween. I hope that I do look like Zo-san. What do you guys think? Got the tail and everything. Yeah, do I? Well, with that said, this is it. I am Zo-san. I hope, again, that you guys have a lovely Halloween, that you have plans, again, for, your treats. You got plans for your whatever it is you have, whatever it is, do have a fun night. Again, you can go ahead and make our treats any time of the year. And again, this is just a Halloween special. If you want to do something for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, you can of course do it. And I actually, let me just tell you a little something that I do over here. So something that my family loves doing is inside each bread, we love putting things such as chocolate, cream cheese, just kind of like put little things inside. And there's going to be one lucky winner, which is kind of like, one lucky winner that will have something that is not that tasty. So for example, wasabi or something, that we put. And that one lucky winner is actually not that lucky. So it's just kind of this kind of game that we like to play. Again, it's just fun to have, fun to have it, especially in parties. You're gonna be like, all right, yeah, everything is good except one thing. So just be on the lookout for that, just to add that, experience to making and baking your bread. All right, with that said, once again, thank you very much. Happy Halloween and see you next time.